that would look like when it's together. It's pretty nice. Very nice. Now what you could do is you could either widen that with putting boards on the outside, or you could put one in the middle and get a nice 24-inch wide table out of that. Now you'd want to put a white board in the middle, or else all brown, if you could get all brown, but I don't have that. So there's a white one over there that would probably look good in between those two. Very nice. And anywhere you cut that, I mean, you know, if you cut it up by the end where the branches are, or you cut it down this way, very nice. There's a split in both of those. I can probably get a 1x4 out of the outer side. That's too bad because it would have made a nice tear there. But I'm going to go down 1 more inch and I think I'll be out of that split that's in there. It's right at the center of the tree. wanted you to see that split in there. It's a little dry rotted down here for some reason. It's unusual to see that in the middle of the tree. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of trees like that. It happens, but that's cracked all the way to the top there. So that's not going to be too good. And the one underneath it actually has the same crack in it. It's not as bad though. These cracks are going to just cause me trouble later. So these are going on the firewood pile. There's another crack going below that. Since I cut that, it opened. I'll show it to you. You can see it there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that. I'll put the right side down. And I'll just cut 1x4 out of that and see how they look. I mean, they ought to be okay, but we'll see. But they're better than nothing, that's for certain. let's see, 10, 9, 8. There's a knot here right above the 8-footer that's starting to show through. So if I cut them up at 8 foot then later on, they should be good. But right now this is looking pretty good near these boards. See what I mean here, folks? There's a pretty big knot here. But 8 foot's about right there, so I get some nice 1x3, 1x4 maple out of these boards. I'll just keep cutting. There's probably three more boards in there maybe. Like I say, this end here is a little bad. Base of that cord that's facing up that I just took off here looks real nice. So I might get 2 more good boards out of that. Be worth cutting, that's for sure. Just to let you know, I can get 1 more board out of that. I'm going to flop it over so I get as clean a board as I can because there's some wane on the bottom. But the other thing I want to tell you is it's getting a little bit harder to get the saw through the board. So that blade there has cut up everything that's on the rolling table over there. So I would say it needs to be sharpened. So I'm going to have to sharpen that blade before I do any more cutting then. But I'll cut 1 more inch out of there. doing here now is cutting from the bump up 1 inch. This is really a nice even cut here. The saw is cutting very good. Right here there's a knot that's isn't that great in the middle there. I don't know how well it's going to hold up. See, now this side of the board is real nice. There's not one knot in it, so that'll be good. Okay, so guys, my point here, you just got to cut the log up that you have. Most of the logs on the top of this pile are not exactly the logs I would have picked out myself, but they're not logs that you want to throw away. If you're getting straight logs, anywhere from 8 inches and up, even 6-inch logs, you can cut 4x4s out of it if you watch how you do it. But anyway, you can get a lot of nice boards out of all kinds of stuff. You just got to be willing to cut through it and see what it looks like. I've seen stuff that on the outside, you know, the outside of the log looks good, the ends look good, and when you go to cut through the middle, it's dry rotted for some reason in maybe first 2 inches of the log, and it looks bad. But then after that you get to some good wood in between. And then sometimes I've seen where the inside, like this one here, had a little bit of dry rot at the one end, but the rest of the boards look good. So, you know, you want to take the time if you're not using it for business. If you're using it for business, which I do, you know, at times you need to be a little quicker about how you cut in order to make money, and that's okay. Right now I'm not doing that for that reason, but you know, if you watch what you're doing, you take your time and think through it. Look at the sides as you cut the cant, and when you come up with a good edge, you might want to cut some boards out of that good looking edge rather than just leaving it as a 3/4 inch piece on the side of the piece of lumber. So anyway guys, I got to clean this up. It's getting a little bit late already. Sally wants me to run to the store. There's 2 other things that she forgot that should last us for a month, so I got to go get them. Right now in my county they're saying there's no signs of this coronavirus. However, somebody told me that works at the doctor's office told me that because we don't have a testing facility here, that's why they're saying there's none here, because none has shown up. I don't know about that. That sounds like a crappy way of doing things if you ask me. Anyway, have a good one, guys. And for those of you keeping track of the thing here, we've got 20% relative humidity and 110 degrees today. Beautiful. But I'll tell you what, even with my shirt on here, to my long sleeve t-shirt, where I'm wet, like under my arms, my back, I feel cold. But where I'm not wet, I don't feel cold. I actually feel warm. So it's kind of weird because of the way the temps are. It's probably around 50 degrees right now. I had thought it was a little warmer, but it wasn't warmer than that. So maybe it's 50. All right, guys. Well, you can see we're getting a nice pile of lumber over there. We're gonna have to get it put away soon. Have a good one. No buds on the trees yet, and there's not gonna be for at least a month. We gotta go through all of April yet. Like it. From I think right there is where they ended that pipe, and they took all that away. Apparently they drug it somewhere and drug it back because they just installed it again, and then they put these flares up. Also, this thing went about 7 miles and there wasn't any fittings on it. For some reason they just put a valve there. I don't know why. I mean, obviously it's to shut the water off, but like why right there? And why not before? So I guess they're learning as they go. If this was the middle of summer, I'd let this lay here. But it's not. It's still winter. I just want to hook it onto the bucket so I have it. Well, we got a nice pile of wood there, of lumber. From 1x3s all the way up to 1x, I think there's a 1x12, if not 1x10s. Those two that were those matching boards, I'm going to save those. I'm going to see if I can't dry them nice and save them and make a table out of those. I got to get the what the heck do you call it? I can't even think of it. Oh gosh darn it, my leaf blower, so I can blow the sawdust off of that thing. Okay, nice and clean. Now I don't have to be killing myself the next time I go to work on the sawmill because it's already ready to go. That's it for today.